Oh damn, here we go again. Right, so I was a brake bleed away from having this car ready for the wheel alignment on Monday. It is now Thursday before. So you see we've got a bit of a space there. Shouldn't be there. What should be there is one of these bad boys, specifically this first one. Now, as I understand it, that is an MB6 VTI servo, and that just there is an MB6 VTI 1-inch master cylinder, confirmed as 1-inch because it has 25 stamped on the neck there. It's a Lucas part, which was standard for the time, and it also has this enormous cap which none of the vacuum systems will fit. Now the reason these are apart, the reason this is out, is because this little bad boy has blown a seal. Oh! Seal the fluid building up in the bottom there. So rather than build pressure in the lines or force fluid anywhere, it was just straight pissing it all down the front of the servo. So I've inquired. You can't buy them from, you can't buy aftermarket ones of them anyway, and I'm not sure if you can even get them from Honda. So it's all come out. Yesterday I was on a job over at Swindon, and I just happened to be pretty close to me mate Mike over at R Motion, so I popped in there and said, "Mate, you got any of these servos?" And he's like, "Yeah, got a few, this, that and the other, da-da-da." So I had a bit of a conversation, and I said, "Oh, I've got a new master cylinder." So this is the new master cylinder that I've bought. Now, I've cross-referenced this part number, the OE reference 46100 SO3Z02, and that confirms with this stuff. So B16B, which is EK9, and B18C, which is the DC2. So this is the OEM branded, well, OEM manufacturer, Nissin, and this is a genuine, legit Nissin 1-inch master cylinder. Let me just get it out there. There we go. That is your Nissin 1-inch master cylinder. What's hilarious about this is you can actually see there would have been Honda stamped in that. Well, not stamped, in part of the casting, but it's been ground off. So yeah, so this is a genuine 1-inch master cylinder from Nissin. You see the one in the circle there. That's your 1-inch symbol just there. But notice the big difference about the mounting holes. So those mounting holes are there, i.e. horizontally across the unit. P.S. I really like these little cooling fins on the side for the, I'm guessing they're cooling fins, can't see what other reason they'd have to be there, but yeah, nice touch, Honda. And then when you look at the mounting holes on the MB6 one, you can see that they're diagonally opposed. Now, not only are they spaced like in a different orientation, they're actually spaced out differently. The MB6 Lucas one have 100mm bolt centers, which is the same as EK4 and EJ9 and MB6 and others. But then when you come back to this one, that is an 80mm bolt spacing. So DC2 EK9 had their own setup. So when people say to you the MB6 is the same, they are not the same. Specification wise, perhaps 1-inch, yeah, 1-inch, yeah, get it, but they are not the same. Even the reservoirs are totally different, and the caps are a completely different size too. This one, let's have a measure of that actually. Let's just quickly measure that cap a minute. So that bad boy's like 60mm as well. So that, right, anyway, the reason I wanted to measure that was because, you know, these generic vacuum jobbies that you get on the internet for doing your brake fluid, the ones with the pressure tank and this and that to help you bleed your brakes, well, they only go up to like 44mm, so no good for Hondas of any description. That one's 74mm, that cap on there. So anyway, MB6, no bueno. DC2, completely different. The good news is Mike at R1 has had a little look-see, and he has got a DC2 booster, which he is sending to me overnight. So I will have that booster here tomorrow, and I will be able to take some measurements and double check everything and look at that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that master cylinder should fit. I see no reason why it won't, now we know all the measurement differences. And then I can bosh that back in the hole, get it all bolted up, get some fluid in it, and then hopefully we can bleed these brakes, because that is literally the only thing that is stopping me from getting it off these stands, getting it on the ground with some wheels on, and actually being able to drive it under its own power and stop it. I'm going to eyeball the alignment just to try and get it as straight as we can before we take it, and then it'll go to Guglielmi Motorsport in Daventry. They're going to do the wheel alignment for me, and then it's going to go across the road to another place to have the MOT done. Now there is something going on in here. Should I show you this yet? No, I'm not going to show you that. No, I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to keep that in the little pocket as a little surprise later on. So yeah, there we go. A lot of mucking about. So yeah, we've just got to get a few bits ticked off over the weekend, and she's absolutely ready, dude. Like, oh, I've got some sheeting coming, plastic sheeting for the door cards. I'm going to finish off the door cards and get them done. Got some packages turned up. Look at this. That right there is a DC2 brake booster servo. Now, it's actually quite a bit bigger than these EK4 and MB6 ones. Now, I don't know if that strictly equates to just straight more assistance, or whether it's delivered differently or what. But it's the only booster with 80mm hole center on the studs that's going to take the master cylinder that I've got. But the next problem I have is I can't fit it in that hole with the clutch slave in the way. So I've got to try and get the clutch slave off. But I've got nuts on the back of there because I couldn't find studs that were the right size to replace the ones I needed. They're the ones I had in there to make the 20mm spacer fit. So I went to a nut and bolt, and obviously I can't be in there and out here at the same fucking time. So I've got a little bit of a problem. I'm going to try and get a spanner lodged in the other side and see how that goes. Failing that, I'll have to wait till Littland's home from school. Okay, I've managed to get both of these bolts out on my own, but I had to take it all out to get the booster in. But we've mock fitted the booster and the master cylinder just to be 100% certain before I sand and paint the drum on the old booster there. I wanted to be 100% freaking certain that it was definitely 100% gonna fit and everything will reach it. So that is a little win. Yee yee. Oh, hello. Hey dude. Well, it doesn't take very long, does it? We've got our preps ready for a bit of paint. For this we'll just use straight to rust from Hammerite. Don't need to prime it, and it actually stops. It's got a bit of rust inhibitor in it, so it'll certainly do the job. That other one there, down there, has been painted 2 years and it's had brake fluid all on it, and it's still pretty damn good. So we're going to shake it and send it. Whee! Oi, oi. That looks a bit better, doesn't it, eh? I love that paint, it's so good. As long as your first 2 coats are pretty light, you can get away with smashing it on quite good. But it does take a long time to dry, so it needs at least 24 hours before you touch it. So here we go. Yee, shiny, shiny. No more rust. Can't even see where it was rusty now. Beautiful. Well, fast forward a little bit, and I've made a template of the door. So now we've just got to cut her out. Will be Gucci. Probably have to take it off the door to do that though. I think do it with the skizzers. We're gonna have the old burger sauce everywhere. Man, this stuff is a mess, bro. Jeez. I'm actually going to leave that on there because that stuff is still sticky. So let's cut this out. I need to do that on camera. Well, in typical captain fashion, I forgot to record it, but there you go. There is your rather cobbled together vapor barrier. It's not sexy, but it will be functional. So on to the other side then. As a wee update, the new master cylinder and servo is all on, fitted up, pipes all tightened, bolts all tightened on the back, clevis pin in the pedal, clutch sleeve is all back on, and the same with that. So we is now ready to start bleeding the brakes, and it's just started raining. Perfect. Excellent. Well guys, I think I may have found the problem. So this here is the OEM prop valve that I took off. This is for an EJ9 non-ABS. And this is a DC2 Integra non-ABS. This is brand new from Jap Service Parts. Okay, it's been sat in the car probably 18 months, but it's never been used, so it's brand new effectively. So if I just syringe a little bit of brake fluid into this port on this prop valve, you'll see it eventually will start dripping out of the hole at the bottom there. Same if I fill this one up, that just starts pouring straight out the back there. So it's not the best experiment really, but you can see, there you go, look, so you can see it's coming out of both of those other ports, which should be both linked to this input here. So these two ports are linked to that input, and the same on the other side. So when you blow air through there, right, if I get the airline on that, oh, you see straight away there, coming straight out of there. But if I do that on this one, it does absolutely nothing but spit it back up out of that hole. So this one is okay. So I can feel the air coming out of there through that circuit, no problem. But this one, no, just comes straight back out of the same hole. Straight back out of the same fucking hole. Same on this side as well. Just pushes it straight out the top. But if I go into that one, then I can get it to flow out of the back hole there. I can feel out my finger. So it's almost like these two ports are seized up or blocked or something, but even the brake cleaner and the compressed air trick ain't getting in there. So I think I need to contact Jap Service Parts and have a look at whether or not this is actually faulty, because this one was known working on the car before it come off. This one was brand new out of the box. I have the box here somewhere. Where's the box? Where's the box? There's the box. So 40/40 prop valve. It's the non-ABS type. Fuck it. Righto. Today is Monday. Failed at the weekend massively. More broken parts, or failed parts. So over there in the engine bay, last time, don't know if I filled in the blanks, but we were missing a master cylinder and a booster. We've fixed that. That all works. We've tested it. It's bled, everything. But we're now missing that part there, which was the 40/40 prop valve. I've been to Jap Service Parts this morning, and we've got another replacement Nissin prop valve. What was basically happening is we was getting fluid there and there, which are the two, sorry, there and there, which are the two outputs from the master into the prop. Getting fluid there. We was getting fluid out the front left. We was getting fluid out the front right. No fluid out the two rears. Absolutely nothing at all whatsoever. So we assumed that it just seized up and failed. So we've replaced that. We're going to pop it on now. We're going to plumb it all in. We're going to open the bleed nipple, and we're going to leave it a couple of hours just to see if it'll do anything with the gravity bleed before I even start trying to send any pressure through the system or anything like that. So more fun and games. Here we go. Oh, I don't know how easily I'm going to be able to capture this, but look in that bottle. We've got oil, or fluid I should say, starting to come through, and we've got bubbles. We had none of that before. None of that, I'll tell you. Still getting air coming out, but that's good because it means it's fucking working. So it means that new valve is doing the job. Yeah, boy. Dog's barking. Well, I won't lie, that was a task. But we now have brakes all fully bled. As much air as I can possibly remove has been removed from the system. Got the grill on, and all that rubbish is. Got the grill on. I don't know, you can't actually see the grill. Oh, there you go, you can see the grill. So I've got actually aluminium mesh behind it. So that's all Gucci. Right, we're going to toss some wheels on it. Then we're going to try and get it on the ground. So I want to turn it around. I've got some bits I need to do in the passenger side. But stressful experience, I'll tell you. Very, very stressful experience. But big up to Jap Service Parts, mate. That new prop valve, just the job. Just goes to show that it was faulty. So pretty chuffed we got it diagnosed and replaced quickly. Now we can move on to some of the cool stuff that's going to happen pretty soon. Yeah, boy.